Noah Lyles versus Kenny Bednarek, precision versus power. This video dives deep into their latest 200-meter performances, comparing technique, race execution, and finishing strength to reveal who truly has the edge in today's sprinting world.
19-3-1 man.
That was Ian Carr. Adrian Carr is in 1. This is Noah Lyles in 7.
Went to T.C. Williams High School in Virginia. Now part of Pure Athletics. His coach Lance Brauman told me yesterday that he's ahead of schedule compared to last year's training. Ran 19-3-1 to win the World Champs last year in Eugene.
Obviously ready for this. This is Zarnel Hughes, very tall fella, coming out of 6.
European champion at 200 last year. Olympic finalist in the 100 in 2021.
Brendon Rodney is on his inside in lane 5.
Canadian gold medalist on the 4x1 last year. Trains at Sprint Tech with Maurice Wilson. Lecturer there as well.
Rasheed Dwyer will come up on your screen now. He's in lane 4.
Commonwealth champion in 2014. Silver in the Pan Am 2015. Olympic finalist at 200 in 2021 in Tokyo.
This is Eric Harrison Jr. from Trinidad and Tobago.
2 bronze medals in the World Juniors for the United States 2018. Runs for his family's home country, Trinidad and Tobago now.
Alonso Edward is in lane 2, represents Adidas.
Wow, the Panamanian, second to Bolt in the World Champs in 2009 in Berlin. Still going 14 years later.
And in lane 1, Adrian Carr, representing Motorcade Track Club.
One Class 3 200 for Kingston College, runs for the Motorcade Track Club. His coach, a former KC athlete, and here has made progress this season, but missed champs because of injury.
Final event of the 5th staging of the Racers Grand Prix here at the National Stadium. Adrian Carr in 1, Alonso Edward in 2, Eric Harrison Jr. in 3, Rasheed Dwyer in 4. There's Rasheed. Brendon Rodney in 5, Zarnel Hughes in 6, Noah Lyles is in 7, and Ian Carr is in 8. That's Noah Lyles on your screen. And here once again is the outstanding Spencer Darlington.
So the final event on the program, the men's 200 meters, all eyes on Noah Lyles, the reigning world champion, running out of lane 7. Set, off they go. Very, very good start by Lyles. Rasheed Dwyer is there as well. Noah Lyles, fabulous transition into the straightaway. He looks good. Zarnel Hughes is running a big race as well. But Noah Lyles steps on the accelerator. The 2-time world champion is imperious, unstoppable, and unbeatable here. 19.68. Wow, that is a stunning performance. 1968. New world leading. What a way to lay down the gauntlet.
1967.
1967 by the 2-time world champion Noah Lyles. He came here to deliver, and he has delivered the goods in no uncertain terms with a stunning performance. 1967. What a way to bring the curtain down on the 5th staging of this meet. Hughes in 2nd. That's Zarnel Hughes taking 2nd. Excellent run by him as well. And Rasheed Dwyer back in 3rd. 2014 and 2095 for Hughes and Dwyer respectively.
Impressive is the world champion. You can see why he's won that gold medal 2 times and an Olympic bronze as well. Puts on a real show for the fans who stayed through the rain and the delays and came back and watched brilliant sprinting by him. Got the lane draw he wanted, wide to the outside, curve not quite as sharp, and came off the turn flying. Hughes putting a punch down the stretch, but the world champion, too much for everybody tonight at 19.67. Second look, there he is, just one in from the inside, goes past Carr, the Bahamian on the outside lane in a flash, and pulls Hughes with him through the curve. Then he turns into the straightaway. Seems to crouch down a little bit, but then when he gets sight of Hughes in the peripheral wing mirror, hits top gear and blows away to win in 19.67. Nice way to end the meet. Here's the isolation shot. Deep concentration, gets past Carr on the outside, keeps on going around the curve, straightens up now, tries to stay tall and runs away from Hughes and everybody else in the 200 final. That's 1967. That's the fastest time at 200 in the entire world in 2023. Hughes, right inside to your picture, tall and strong, but Noah Lyles, not to be denied. He's the world champion, and this is why.
Former Olympic champion, just one of the big names in here. There's one or two new ones to kind of look out for. We'll point them out. Aaron Brown, very experienced Canadian on the outside. Was at the World Relays with de Grasse. Lots of guys went there to help the teams qualify for the World Championships later this year. Those World Relays were in China. Kenny Bednarek, though, will be concentrating on Grand Slam, and why not? And he's been running quick, 19.84 in Miami in this event. Has won it both times. Can Hughes get on terms? He ran in Atlanta recently in a straight 200 meters where he ran 19.55 with a very slight following wind. As his slight, just slightly over the limit. But that just shows where he's at the moment. De Grasse will be trying to hang on to the two of them round that bend. He's in lane 5. Decent lane draw for him. The 21-year-old Jamaican, Brian Lavelle, only once under 20 seconds, but that's a great thing to do. His next best after that is 20.34, so he kind of wants to get more consistent in that low 22nd mark, the young Jamaican. On with Zarike, and is in lane 3. Mentioned this, tricky 3 inside lanes here. Ran the 100 in those games in Atlanta, got beat by Sambine, and everyone's been getting beat by Sambine this year. Christian Coleman, like you, Anson saw him yesterday practicing at the start out of lane 2, just trying to get familiar with this. 100 meters, of course, by far his best event, but he's no slouch at 200 on his day. And then Christian Miller, 19-year-old, just a couple of weeks ago. He actually beat Christian Coleman in Tokyo in the Grand Prix just recently, over 100 meters. And it'll be interesting to see how he goes at the longer sprint here. He's not known as much at the 200. So Brown on the outside. Kenny's in 7. Hughes is in 6. De Grasse is in 5. Anyone else going to get involved? What about Christian Coleman all the way in lane 2?
I'm thinking all Kenny right now, man. What's he going to do? And Zarnel, is he going to show that he's got something?
Might just have a breeze on the back of the athletes down the home straight. Could work for them.
Set.
There's a little twist from Hughes, but he got away, but Kenny's got away strongly as well. And in fact, Kenny Bednarek has taken a meter out of Zarnel Hughes round the top bend. Aaron Brown has had to watch him glide past him. Look at Coleman in lane 2. He has come to the races here. Can he maintain? No, no, no. Here goes Kenny, away and gone. Kenny wins it, 1993. Another great performance. It's just been taken to 1995. Daylight. In fact, almost a week between him and the rest. Never mind a day. It was
He said a week.
So far ahead of everybody.
1995 on this track is absolutely ridiculous, man. Like I said, I saw him doing those turns yesterday effortlessly, making up the stagger on Aaron Brown within the first 20 or 30 meters, which is a testament to the speed around the turn, because Aaron Brown is actually a really good turn runner. So I know Hughes did what he could. You know, he saw him for the entire race, literally. Was behind him and saw him for the entire race. But did what he could. Kenny got him straight away, and just no one's going to catch him by that point.
To try and explain this, because Hughes is running very, very well, but he's half a second behind.
The men's 200 meters has become one of the most compelling events in modern athletics. And 2 recent performances by Noah Lyles and Kenny Bednarek perfectly highlight the evolving dynamics of the discipline. While both races showcased dominance, they revealed 2 very different approaches to winning at the highest level. At the Racers Grand Prix in Kingston, Lyles delivered a performance that felt almost theatrical in its execution. Running from lane 7, he faced a field packed with experience and pedigree, including Zarnel Hughes, Rasheed Dwyer, Brendon Rodney, and Alonso Edward. Yet from the very first strides, Lyles imposed control over the race. His start was composed, not explosive, but highly efficient, setting up what would become a flawless transition into the curve. What separates Lyles is his ability to build momentum progressively. Through the bend, his mechanics were nearly perfect. Relaxed shoulders, high cadence, and precise stride placement. Hughes attempted to challenge, particularly in the early phases, but by the time they approached the straight, the gap was already forming. Once upright, Lyles shifted gears again, displaying his trademark top-end speed. The final 100 meters weren't just fast, they were authoritative. It wasn't merely a win, it was a statement of control, reaffirming his status as a championship performer who thrives under pressure. In contrast, Kenny Bednarek's performance at the Grand Slam meet presented a different kind of dominance, one built on raw aggression and sustained speed. Clocking 19.95 seconds, Bednarek didn't just win. He dismantled a competitive field that included Aaron Brown, Andre DeGrasse, and once again Zarnel Hughes. Positioned in lane 7, Bednarek entered the race with momentum, already having secured multiple wins that season and posting a strong 19.84 earlier in Miami. Unlike Lyles, Bednarek's race pattern is more front-loaded. His start is sharper, more aggressive, and he attacks the curve with visible intent. From the gun, he applies pressure, forcing the rest of the field to react rather than dictate. By midway through the bend, Bednarek had already established a clear advantage. His stride length and power were particularly evident, allowing him to maintain high velocity without visible strain. What stood out most was his ability to sustain that speed into the home straight. While many sprinters decelerate slightly after the curve, Bednarek held his form impressively well. Athletes like DeGrasse and Brown, known for their finishing strength, simply had no opportunity to respond. The race was effectively decided before the final 50 meters, a testament to Bednarek's current form and confidence. Comparing the two performances reveals a fascinating contrast in sprinting philosophy. Lyles represents efficiency, rhythm, and perfectly timed acceleration. He builds his race like a narrative, gradually increasing intensity until reaching a decisive climax in the final stretch. Bednarek, on the other hand, embodies intensity and immediacy. His races are explosive from the outset, relying on early dominance and the ability to sustain maximum velocity. Both approaches are highly effective, but they serve different competitive contexts. Lyles' style is particularly suited for championship racing, where rounds and tactical awareness play a crucial role. Bednarek's approach, meanwhile, is devastating in one-off meets, where peak speed and early separation can overwhelm even the strongest fields. Ultimately, these two races underline the depth and diversity of talent in the men's 200 meters today. With Lyles continuing to refine his already elite execution and Bednarek pushing the limits of speed and consistency, the event is entering a golden era. And as these two athletes continue to clash on the global stage, the question is no longer who is faster on a given day, but whose strategy will prevail when it matters most.